to issues and items germane to the business of the governing body. Commission will not discuss or debate these items, nor will the commission make decisions on the items presented during this time. Members of the public will be limited to 3 minutes for comments. General public comment?
Rod McKinney, 66047. I'd actually like to comment on something, on one of the second reading items. That would be agenda items 628 and 629. I'd like to make the commission aware of an acutely unfair situation regarding the stormwater water management costs that I doubt any of you are aware of. In my stormwater drainage area, there are 61 houses, 4 operating commercial businesses, and about 18 acres of undeveloped commercial land, all draining into a retention pond. Yet of those 61 houses and 4 operating businesses, only 15 residences bear the financial responsibility for paying for all that. And those costs are enormous. In addition to the monthly maintenance and immediate repairs needed to the spillway, we'll soon be faced with a dredging expense of around $110,000. Yet the other 46 houses and the 4 operating businesses will have 0 cost to pay, nada. The 15 houses in that drainage area pay for all of the costs. And it actually gets even worse. Not only do we pick up for the cost for the entire watershed, we also pay for some of the city's water maintenance problems, such as from the release of millions of gallons of very dirty water from a broken water main last Thursday. Were you all aware of that? Millions of gallons rushed down there full of mud from a break, apparently, near 18th Street and Sweetwater Court. The flow rate was massive, as was the surmised mud to be dredged later that it deposited into the retention pond. Who pays for that? Well, again, 15 houses do. The city doesn't pay anything for that. The other 46 houses don't. The businesses don't. Why just those 15 houses? We also I am paying for the city's negligence, actually, in enforcing clearly written codes. When the lots on the north side of West 18th Street were being developed, the mud containment barriers were not used correctly, in spite of numerous repeated pleas from residents to the city to do so. 18th Street was covered in mud that only had one place to go, and that was into the retention pond. And thank you, Lisa, for being the only commissioner to come and look at the mess. Again, those 15 houses, we pay to correct that. And so here's a very apt analogy. Imagine garbage trucks going around an entire development, picking up all the trash from all the houses, dumping it somewhere, then requiring the owners of where it was dumped to pay for cleaning it up. That's exactly the situation that exists for us. In this case, the trash is leaves, mud, fertilizer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Get the details on that. Thank you. You know where to find. That sounds interesting.
Marcy Francisco, 1101 Ohio. I'll continue the discussion about trash. So, in looking at section 9-403 of the city code, that talks about the rollout carts, it talks about each single family and multiple family dwelling unit, unless such dwelling unit is located in an area served by a trash dumpster, shall use a rollout cart. And the city shall provide those carts unless it's in an area served by a trash dumpster. It shall be the duty of an owner or occupant of any single family or multiple dwelling unit not served by a dumpster to select the correct size. And it says the owners not in those areas not served by a trash dumpster shall be responsible. I wrote a letter to the City Commission dated the 9th of October, 2021, asking the City Commission that I hope you agree that rental property should be required to have accommodation for sanitation service. Not all properties in high-density areas served by trash dumpsters are required to have site plans. So on what basis are trash dumpsters established for an area? Since the city does not have agreements for many locations for those dumpsters, property owners can ask for them to be removed to provide for more parking or because they don't like the debris on their property. And my partners and I have a neighbor who decided they would rather not have a dumpster, and the city didn't have any way to enforce having it, so it was removed. The trash in the remaining dumpsters is now often overflowing. We can also ask to have the 2 dumpsters on our properties. There's 4 on the alley. We can ask 2 dumpsters to be removed because there aren't agreements with the city to have those. But where will the trash go? So again, rental property should be required to have accommodations for sanitation service. If you specifically exempt areas with dumpsters, please provide rules and requirements for that trash sanitation to exist. Thank you.
Good evening, Patrick Ross, 66049. I'm here to update the community on the developments with the new Boston Crossing project that threatens the Haskell-Baker wetlands south of K10 and east of Highway 59. Tomorrow, Wednesday, October 22nd at 6:30 p.m. in this very room, the Lawrence Planning Commission will review a comprehensive plan amendment, or CPA, that seeks to remove the residential portions of the plan previously approved by this city commission when they rezone floodplain land to address our housing crisis. Instead, the developers of this project are now seeking the highest of commercial zoning. For those of you unfamiliar with the comprehensive plan, it outlines the city's intention for growth. This amendment will redefine the future land uses portion of the revised Southern Development Plan, specifically 178 acres of undeveloped Kansas farmland and wooded wetlands. The CPA seeks the largest conversion of land use from open space in the history of the revised Southern Development Plan. This sector plan has needed to be updated for years, a point of emphasis as publicly stated by multiple planning commissioners and affirmed by the recent staff report. It was due to be reviewed by the Planning Commission in 2014 and most recently last year, but never was. This amendment would single-handedly determine that needed update, effectively eliminating community input to collectively decide together what we want development to look like south of Lawrence. The project will be built on land assured to be flooded. The effective floodplain mapping it is using dates back to 1996. Instead of looking forward at the impact of climate change and future development like that of the 2 ongoing flood studies, studying the entirety of the Wakarusa corridor from Clinton Lake to Eudora. Those studies were initiated by the Kansas Department of Agriculture's Floodplain Division and Douglas County. The project jeopardizes the loss of our community's 10% flood insurance discount from FEMA because of our strict floodplain codes here in Lawrence. Those very codes were ignored and even violated by Planning Director Jeff Crick, allowing for this project to proceed and will serve as a terrible precedent for all future floodplain development along our rivers. Speaking on behalf of the Save the Wakarusa River Valley Group, we invite the community to listen to our citizens' report on the issue that we will present tomorrow. Attend in person or on Zoom. Evaluate the arguments made and speak your piece if you are so inclined. These are the dying wishes of John Hassey, who wrote the floodplain codes of Lawrence and whose Board of Zoning appeal opposing this project is still illegally being deferred indefinitely by the city. Thank you very much.
Anything else? Public comment in the room? Anybody online sharing?
Yes, Chris Flowers.
Hi, this is Chris Flowers, and I just wanted to bring something up. I don't know if you all noticed the new Booth Stadium banners up at, I guess they're around town. I saw them at 23rd and Iowa. But when I was sitting there and I looked, I noticed 3 bars. And I was like, that looks like an Adidas logo. And I thought it was weird that the city would be advertising Adidas. And so I looked into it. I emailed the city and I found out that commercial advertising is not allowed and that I guess this week the banners are supposed to come down, and I'm just here to gloat about it because you all like to just roll over and give KU all the taxpayer money they ask for, and as you all do that, I'm holding KU accountable and calling them out on their BS when they pull it. And I just want to throw that out there. And also, I'm just throwing it out there that those banners are supposed to come down this week. And I just want to say, I don't have a problem with Adidas being advertised. I have a problem with us not capitalizing on it. Like, we just let KU put up their banners, and then they're the ones getting the money from Adidas, and we're losing out on it. So, but we have the rule, no commercial advertising. So I'm ready. I'm willing that we stick by that. And if we stick by it, we better be holding these big, multi-million corporations to do the right thing and abide by the rules. I just also want to throw out there, you all talk about KU being a good community partner. I don't think they are. I think they just blatantly disregard rules if it benefits them. That's just my personal opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
That's all the comments, Mayor.
That's it. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Hey, a motion to adjourn by Larson, second by Little John. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes 4-0. Good night, everybody.
I'm out of practice.
Yeah, it's a moot court.
Yeah.